What's up, everybody? ArrgThePirate here, and today we're playing a little Smite with my boy Sobek, Lizard Man. Now, guys, this is a Guardian, and I've played a handful of Guardians, but I like him. He's really fun to play. He's got this awesome dash where he'll hit the next enemy that he sees, and then he throws him over his back. So if you actually hit an enemy god, it throws him right into your ADC. Oh, I love that. Then he's got a swirly little tail whip thing that knocks people out of the position, and hey, you have a displacement tool, and then follow that up with another displacement. I mean, you're keeping guys stunned for a while. That's awesome. He's got kind of a big cleave AoE type cone ability that just deals damage, and then his ultimate, he goes underground but still can be hit. That's something that you need to know. He can still be hit when he's underground. And it applies a slow. He gets his mana back. And then at the end of the duration, you burst out of the ground and do some damage. Now, I haven't read into his passive. I've really just been playing the heroes, seeing if I like their kits at first look before I really get in depth to them. But guys, I'm a fan of them. And you can see we get a very early game gank. And we're able to take this, their ADC or I don't know, whatever that enemy. We took that one out, and then we're gonna hit this tower a little bit. But we're very low level. We're not gonna do a whole lot. This is my first match with Siege mode, and guys, again, I'm having an absolute blast with Smite. Conquest is being changed tomorrow, so I didn't want to come out with a new apparently, there's a lot of things changing. It's not just the map is being changed, but that is awesome to see that we are getting new seasons and, new things are coming to Smite. It's a well-supported game, and that's always nice to see. But Siege, it's 2 lanes, there's 4 heroes, and, there's jungle, pretty big jungle in the middle. And if you look just to the right of the mini-map, you can see those little tick markers. Once you hit 100 with that marker, or once that mask fills up, you get a giant siege minion, and he comes in, helps down towers. Now, me and my ADC are going to go ahead and back, and I actually ganked a little bit, and you can see I'm able to use that displacement, and then I use my rush, and we're able to get out of that situation. Hey, we were able to get out. That's exactly what we wanted to do, and, like I said, guys, I like my boy Lizard Man. He is awesome. Or I guess he's probably an alligator. Now, there is a giant buff in the middle of this camp, or in the middle of this map. It just right in the center. When you pick it up, you will briefly see it here. And this is where I run through that spider's nest. But if you look, we'll see that. He's almost like the Orb Prime of this match. When you pick him up, I believe that instantly spawns a siege minion. It might do some other things, but I do know it instantly spawns one of those siege minions. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go in on this spider chick. We missed that. But hey, she walks to the other side of me. We're able to displace her, shove her into our enemy, or shove her into our allies, and we're able to take her out. Feels good, man. And then, we're able to get a little bit of poke damage onto this tower. I have definitely noticed that taking down towers is, in the lower stages, it's a little bit more, or I would say a lot of bit more difficult than it is on Paragon. You definitely have to take those towers out. You need some pretty decent amount of time to take them out. Now, my carry is, she's kind of caught out a little bit, so I'm trying to back. I've been trying to back forever. That one guy, he keeps hitting me with that stun thing, Oh, man. I just should have took a single step back. I'd have probably been okay, but we end up getting our first death there. Oh, feels bad. But hey, it is what it is. It is. We're figuring things out. I do know now. Hey, don't lazy back. Now, once we do spawn back in, we're going to go head down that same lane we were on. Now, in this mode, there is not really set lanes. It's, 2 people go to one, 2 people go to the other. You don't really have a jungler either. But, hey, we're trying to protect this lane. You can see that giant siege minion is now under tower. And I am in comms with our assassin. He's saying, hey, hey, let's go in on this. And, I think it would have probably been a better choice to actually pick up that, focus on that siege minion. But it is what it is. we end up having a 4-man rotation. We end up going, 2 of us go down for not a single kill on the enemy's team. Ah, feels bad. But our ADC is there, you know, she's able to take down that siege minion, but unfortunately we lost our tower. Now again we died, you know, hey, it's a learning process. You know, we definitely should have focused on that tower, and with that rotation that they had, you know, that was just devastating. But guys, this Guardian is an absolute blast to play, and for those of y'all who did not know, Guardians do magical damage, so they're not doing that, they're not doing physical damage. And, you know, mana is actually, a mana gem being picked up by a Guardian is, you know, a pretty decent thing to do. And, you know, my ADC doesn't need mana near as bad as I do as well. We did kind of get into a little poking fight, but, you know, we probably should just back off of that. You know, we are about to have our siege minion show up, so it would be a decent time to back, and we could back, get on our items, you know, get a little bit stronger, and then we'll be there to actually help push that siege minion. Now, from here, I'm going to head back down my lane. You know, I haven't really been to the other side of the map yet, but I do see, hey, they've got some collapse, so I'm actually going to head over there now. And, you know, there's 3 of them over there with our assassin. You know, he gets absolutely deleted there. And, you know, I probably should have ran a different way through the jungle. I don't know the jungle at all, so, you know, I'm kind of going, oh, where am I supposed to go? And then the spider chicks here, I'm going to try to do something with that, but that was just bad. And I'm going to end up going down. She actually healed all the way back up, too. Oh, feels bad. You know, I just don't know what all the enemies do. And I should have got out of that situation. You know, that was me going into a bad situation. I knew there was 3 there. I did that one was kind of isolated. I just overestimated what I could actually do. And, hey, we got punished for it. Now again, you know, we've got 3 deaths and only 2 assists, so we're definitely not doing that great. But hopefully we can turn this around. We head over to our lane again, deal with that siege minion. Now the siege minions, I'm not sure if there's a pattern to the way they spawn in, or if it's just, you know, one then the other, or if it's completely random. But hey, we've had a couple. And now I went under tower. You know, I did take a little bit of tower damage there, but that, you know, that the enemy Guardian, you know, we wanted to deal with him. I'm able to use my ultimate, and you see we're kind of keeping up with people. I want to stay engaged in this fight. You know, I'm displacing those heroes. I want to stay engaged, and that way, you know, the enemies are focusing on me. I'm very low. They're focusing on me. This is going to allow my team to, you know, get quite a bit of work done. And sure enough, we end up getting 2 people down. And then we end up picking up our 3rd kill, which getting 3 people down at this point in the match, you know, that's pretty substantial. Now, one great thing about Siege is it still feels very much like a MOBA, although, you know, it's 4v4 and there's only 2 lanes. But it's not like Arena where you're just going in there and fighting, and it's not like Joust where, you know, it's pretty much 3v3 the entire time. It definitely feels more like a MOBA, and it's allowing me to learn these heroes a little bit more, and, you know, that's exactly what we need. Now, I did get a little bit too far away from my ADC at that point, and I'm just trying to catch up to them. Unfortunately, I wasn't fast enough, you know, I got ahead of my team, you know, that was definitely a bad call on my part. You know, I was chasing kills and not playing a Guardian, and you saw, you know, we lost our ADC just to me chasing that kill. Me and the assassin were just pushed up entirely too far. We ran through the enemies when we should have been staying back and engaging in the enemies where they were. But is what it is, you know, we gotta learn from these mistakes. The time to kills, guys. The time to kill, it's gonna take me a little bit to get used to this. But with 3 of us here in this siege lane, or in this right lane, I'm not sure what you'd call it, but we were able to push this minion wave up, and hey, you know, the enemy team actually ends up going in. And I'm going to head over there. Hopefully we can get some damage. You know, I need to stay in this fight so my team is here. And I used that, I used my little trinket, whatever it's called, for once I actually used it. And hey, we end up chasing just entirely too far. We end up trading 2 deaths for a single kill. You know, feels bad, and then our third hero ends up going down, or our third god ends up going down there. And it was just a really bad call. We're making very, very poor decisions in this match, but guys, I'm still having fun making these poor decisions, so I think that's definitely saying something. Now, it feels like it's the 5th time I've had to say this now, but when I finally do spawn in, I head down my lane. My ADC is there, and, you know, hey, we end up displacing, or, you know, we end up getting that charge on. You see, we separate that team. Oh, we're able to pick up that kill, and, hey, we got to head over to that left lane. You know, it's got a siege on it. You know, there's a couple of heroes there, or gods there, so, you know, they end up taking down that tower. But, you know, our team has done pretty decent in the tower game. We've got a T2 down, so, you know, we're not doing just terrible, and we chase those enemies off. I'm going to head back to that siege minion, deal with that. So, our tower game is even at this point, even though it, you know, the kills are even though we're doing pretty poorly. Now, once we get that siege minion down, I'm going to go ahead, head over back to that other lane and get it pushing. You know, hopefully we can actually make something happen. We went in on the one of those heroes, and, you know, we got a little poke damage, and then we were able to wrap that kill up there in the jungle, and so now we're just kind of waiting. We do have our big siege minion here, but since my team all backed off, you know, there's not just a whole lot I'm going to be able to do. And, hey, that's no problem. Now, my ADC is going in on that mid buff, and you can see our siege just died right there. We pick up that buff, and boom, we've got another siege. So, you definitely get one. Now, I'm not exactly sure how it works with... Does it just give you 100 right away, or does it just give you your next siege? Since we picked up that siege right at that same time, you know, or right whenever our old siege died, I wasn't able to see if 2 were able to be out, or if it spawns a fresh one, or yeah, it gives you 100 points. I'm not exactly sure how that works. But hey, you know, we got another siege, and we're going to push down this lane and finally become the winning team of this tower game. Now, once we get under tower, I want to engage on this spider. I'm just waiting for the right time. Perfect. She stepped up. We're able to actually get that displacement on her, you know, our charge. We get that other thing, and then we end up ulting. And, you know, hey, well, we end up wrapping that kill up. And then the enemy's guardian, we're able to take him out as well. This siege guy, he's going in. Now, I thought the siege was in tower before I went in, and so I took a ton of tower damage there, or phoenix damage, I guess. Feels bad, man. But, hey, we got into the enemy base. You know, there's 3 of them there. We need to back off. You know, we got their phoenix down, and we've actually got both of their phoenixes down. So, if we can get a couple of heroes down or keep them on those staggered deaths, we should be able to force one of these lanes and actually wrap this match up. Now, one of my teammates ended up telling me to, hey, throw this item on. I don't know what it is. I typed it in. I don't know anything about what it does. I just put it on because I was told to. And we end up heading back to the jungle. Now, the enemies are here, and you can see I was kind of waiting for the time to dash, and then I did not mean to dash right there. It feels bad, man. But, hey, we end up taking out that spider once again. Now, she does a ton of damage, guys. I'm not exactly sure what her name is, but she does a ton of damage. And we're able to get that dash in on that guy, and you see the enemy teams coming in staggered. And this is exactly what we needed right here. We're able to get a great triple kill, and then we end up actually picking up this last kill here. Oh, feels good. We should be able to end the game off of that. You know, we do have the phoenixes down with our you know, we have these fire minions, so hopefully we can end the game. And, you know, guys, one thing about the Guardian, I believe it's called, basically the core of Paragon, one thing about him, he's way easier to kill than the core actually was in Paragon. You see, we took him down very, very quickly. And, you know, we only had like 3 minions. So, it's much easier to kill. And, hey guys, Siege mode is an absolute blast. So, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Smite gameplay. Guys, Season 5 starts tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to learning it and getting that out to y'all as soon as possible. Well, if you did enjoy, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, join our Discord, and as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.